What's going on, guys? Cap Clutch here, and today I am back with a movie review for you guys. As you probably know, if you've seen my video yesterday, I went out to see The Dark Knight, and I'm just a little bit late, so if you have seen the movie already, you're not going to have to worry about spoilers. But if you've seen it already, if you haven't seen it already, uh, I will tell you when I'm going to spoil stuff, because I'll try not to spoil too much, but I'll warn you when I get to the part where I'm kind of talking about what I don't like, because that's when I'm going to be spoiling stuff a little bit. So overall, I really thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was probably the best in the trilogy of all the Batmans, and if it wasn't for Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight, like the second Batman in the series, I would definitely think it's the best. But because of the Joker, it's kind of a close tie between the first one and the second one. Now, wow. It's a close tie between the second and the third one. The first one's all right, but it's not in the running to be the best out of the three. I really liked all the characters in the movie. I've seen some reviews, and they kind of agree with me that there really isn't a character that you don't like. I mean, there's Bane, and Bane did very, very good. What's his name? Tom Hardy. He was Bane in the movie, and he did a very good job being Bane and playing Bane. And also Anne Hathaway. She was, I guess, what was her name? Selena Kyle, or Catwoman. And she was actually really good at Catwoman. Christian Bale, I've seen him in the first two, so I don't really have much to say other than, it's the same as the other two movies, his performance. He hasn't really done anything different because the Batman hasn't changed throughout the... he's changed from the first to the second, but from the second to the third, he hasn't changed much, except that he kind of doesn't want to be Batman, and that's a little bit of a spoiler. But he said that in the second one, and that's not really a spoiler because it's not really correct. But that kind of spoils it too if I say it's not correct, because then you know that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking right now. I also liked the ending. I said that. I think I said that. This is the second take of this commentary, so I don't know if I said that. The ending was very good. It was a very long movie, so if you go to see it, make sure that you have the time. But it kind of builds up. Everything builds up to the ending, and like most Batmans, the ending is very epic, and it comes down to a big battle between, the good guys and the bad guys. Obviously, like every other Superman, well, not Superman. Like every other hero movie, comic book movie. I guess that's pretty much it for what I liked. I'm probably going to remember something else after I'm finished with this, and I'm going to be wanting to go back and do this again, but I'm not going to because I'm too lazy. But let me move on to what I don't like. If you haven't seen the movie, right now would be a good time to just stop the video, go watch it, and come back to this, or just don't come back to this at all. There's some things that kind of got me. They're not really big things. Right now I'm assuming that you've already seen the movie, so I'm not going to worry about spoilers because I have warned you. But there weren't really big things that kind of messed up the entire movie for me. But one of the biggest that didn't really affect me but affected people I went with to see the movie is you have to see the other Batmans. And you don't really have to. If you just want to see action, you don't have to. But if you want to understand what's actually going on, you have to see the other Batmans because it connects with the first one. And the only reason why I understood exactly what was going on throughout the entire movie was because I think I understood everything that was going on in the movie. I saw the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight on the same day as I saw the Dark Knight Rises. I just watched both of them one after another. So I understood what was going on, like connections between the previous movies and this movie. So I would definitely suggest going ahead and watching the first two movies. It's not on Netflix, I don't think, unless you have the DVD rental thing. But I would go look it up online, or just go to some DVD store if there's still such thing as those. There's not many of them, if there's any. What I didn't like is, something that didn't really make much sense to me is the whole part where the police are sent underneath the tunnel system. And I do realize the mayor didn't really like anyone going to the sewers to uh, investigate what Bane's doing under there. But I don't understand why they sent every single police officer in the entire city. And the city's huge. It takes place in New York City. I mean, that's where it's filmed, but it's technically Gotham. But the city's huge, and they sent every single police officer in the entire city down under the sewers, not knowing what's under there, knowing that there's explosives, and if something happened, obviously something did happen, and all the police officers were trapped under there. So I don't understand what the thinking behind that was. I know it had. I mean, without that, the entire plot of the the movie kind of wouldn't make much sense if they weren't under the ground. I mean, they kind of portrayed the cops as useless in the first half of the movie. I mean, that's how I thought that they portrayed them as. I mean, people I went to the movie with thought that they were useful and they would have stopped Bane if they weren't underground. But at the part where Bane and all of his thugs came out of the stock exchange, I really think that they should have shot at least some of them. They didn't shoot at all. There was so many cops there, and they didn't even try to shoot at the tires or anything. It's not like there was hostages on every motorcycle. I know Bane didn't have one. He threw his hostage off like right away, and then there was just that other guy who had the computer with the codes or whatever on it, who had a hostage on his back. So they couldn't shoot at him, but they could have shot at Bane. They could have shot either at him or at his tires. And they were trying to get Batman, and they had him surrounded, and they just looked at him and let him get away. They could have shot at his tires too, because he was on a motorcycle. They could have shot right at his tires, unless maybe they knew that his tires were bulletproof. If maybe they are, I have no idea. But that kind of didn't make much sense to me either. There was something else. What was it? Oh yeah, why didn't they send the Navy, either the Navy SEALs or some special forces guys into the sewers at the time when they sent the police in? I know the mayor didn't want anyone going down there, like I said, but I think they should have called up Washington and said, you know what, we have terrorists doing something in our sewer system. We need some special forces to get over here and go investigate. And another thing about the special forces is when the special forces actually came, the captain of the squad ran right into gunfire and died. I know the other guys, they kind of just got shot out of random. I guess the thugs knew that they were there and just mowed him down. But the captain, the guy that was supposed to be the most experienced, just ran right out into gunfire. So didn't make much sense to me. I know my cons of this movie are kind of sporadic and not in a good pattern. So sorry about that. But that is pretty much it, I think. I don't really remember anything else, so I'm gonna stop it here because I don't want to waste any of your time thinking. I know there was some other things, but they might have been answered, and I might be wrong. Just go ahead and if you've seen the movie, explain it to me in the comments, because some of these things don't make much sense to me, and it is a long movie, so like I might have missed something in the beginning, or a lot of things could have been missed. I might have to see the movie again. I mean, I had to see The Dark Knight twice or 3 times to fully understand what was going on. So I might have to see the movie again, and I probably won't mind since the movie was very, very good. And overall, I thought it was the best Batman. I've seen a lot of people say it's my favorite movie. It's the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think it's the best movie ever, but I do think it's the best Batman. It's up there. It's very, very good. And I think it should win Oscars, because already I think that it's better than most movies I've seen this year. So that is pretty much it. If I had to give it 10 out of 10, or if I had to give it a rating out of 10 before I finish this commentary, I'd say it's probably an 8 or 9, because some of those plot holes, if they don't get explained to me, they kind of hinder my score. But it was very good, like I said. Let me know what you guys think and rate the video. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.